Check, check, check. Check on the mic. Check, check, check. I think you guys can hear me now. Do I need to? Do I sound too low? Do I sound too low? I see Beth in there. I see Scott Lauderdale. I see Jason. I see Chris. Rosemary. I saw Erica in there too. This is awesome. I like how it's a nice, intimate setting, right? There you go. Erica says, I can hear you now. What's up, Lee? What's up, Erica? How's your day? How's your day? Yeah. It's a no beanie tonight. It's a no beanie night. I let my hair down. Okay, let my hair down for my patrons. My patrons. I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have some trivia. I got some trivia questions ready for you guys. Let's see. Where's my movies? I got some movies to give. Oh, is that it right there? Yeah, that's it right there. Hold on. So, I'll probably because I have to ship each one of these out, and I don't want one person to win more than one prize. Okay, so I'll probably do. I would say maybe like 4 of these. 4 of these. These are all sealed, brand new. Yeah, they're all sealed. But yeah, I got. Okay, I'll tell you what I got, and you tell me which ones you think are, like, I guess, the best for the game. Okay, so I got the first Child's Play. I have Curse of Chucky. Now this one isn't sealed. Okay, but it's still I've never played it. It's like a new condition because I have the box set. That's the thing too. Like all these, I have either another copy of it or it's like already part of a box set. Okay, Frighteners. I have a copy of Frighteners. Okay, Ashley's on her way. What's up, Jason? How are you doing? Nice. Some of these were from Horror Pack, and I just happened to have duplicates. So, Conjuring 2. Tell Ashley to hurry up. That's what Chris said. Some good ones in here, guys. Don't breathe. Okay. Carrie. Yeah. Ma. Make it special, Lee, with a personalized autograph. I could do that. I would definitely do that. Yeah. Now, if I autograph it, I'll have to take off the plastic because you don't want me to autograph the plastic. Pet Cemetery. This is a 2-pack. You know what? I know you guys would want this because this is a 2-pack. It includes the remake and the original. So I know for a fact that you guys would, because you get 2, right? So I'll put that one in the go stack. All right, that's in the go stack. All right. Ooh, you guys might want this one in the go stack. Happy Birthday to Me. You know, an old classic. I'll put it in the go stack. If you guys say please no to Happy Birthday to Me, then I'll take it out. Okay. Doing good. I did, man. She just got back from work. I'm gonna be reading your Terminator stories too. And the last one that I have is Annabelle Comes Home. All right. So some good ones in there. Let me see. I wish I had it'd be great if I had a 4K to give. Hold on. Let me see. You know what? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. You know what? All right, here you go. You know what? I will give away a Escape from New York steelbook. I don't think it's 4K. I think it's just Blu-ray. But yeah, it's just Blu-ray. But it's Scream Factory Escape from New York steelbook. I'm sure you guys would want that in the Ghost Stack. Okay. So right now in the Ghost Stack, I have Pet Cemetery 2. No, not Pet Cemetery 2. Pet Cemetery 2 movie collection. Happy Birthday to Me and the steelbook. I want these to be good, you know. And then Let me see. Like, tell me this. Is there any of you guys that don't have carry? I'm sure all of you guys have carry, right? So there's no way that can't go in the ghost stack. I guarantee you all you guys have carry. Am I right on that? I'm throwing it over here. It's on the floor. It's on the floor. If you want me to pick it up off the floor, please let me know, okay? Now, I'll tell you what. I'm going to hold up. I'm sure you guys all have Child's Play. Scott Lauder says, pick it up. Now, I'm throwing Child's Play on the floor because I know you guys have Child's Play. There's no way you guys don't have Child's Play. I'm throwing it on the floor. It's on the floor. It's in the vault. What's that from? It's in the vault. Okay. And then, you know what? Okay, I'm holding this up. All right. So we got, out of these, you tell me. Okay, I got Ma, Don't Breathe, Conjuring 2, Frighteners, or Annabelle. Okay? Start typing. Tell me which if I see more. So here you go. You one of these, all right? One of these. Tell me which one, guys. Tell me which one is worthy of the giveaway, all right? Annabelle Comes Home. I liked Annabelle Comes Home. That's a good movie, actually. Don't Breathe. Conjuring 2. Frighteners. Or, what was that first one? Ma. Uh-oh, Frighteners. I think it's Frighteners. See? I want to make sure that my patrons, they're not getting duds, okay? Looks like Frighteners is a big one. All right, so you guys good with that now? All right, so I'm putting these up. All right, so these are the 4 that we're giving away tonight. I will. 4 of you guys are going to win tonight, okay? Not one of you's winning 4 of these. 4 of you's winning 1 of these, all right? So these are the big prizes. You got the Pet Cemetery 2-pack, remaking the original. You got the Happy Birthday to Me, an old classic. Steelbook, Escape from New York, and the Frighteners. You guys chose the Frighteners, all right? Cool. I love you guys so much. God, I'm going to start crying. No, I'm serious. I love you guys to death. And the big giveaway is the Dawn of the Dead. No, I'm just kidding. You're not getting my Dawn of the Dead, okay? You know, I had to crawl through fire and rain to get this, all right? This was not easy to get, all right? My Dawn of the Dead, that freaking thing is a gold mine. It's big and it's thick, and it's big and thick. It's awesome. All right. So, okay. So we got the 4. Now, this is unlisted. We're only here doing this together. After the movie, then we will I'll make it public so the public can see the commentary and see all your beautiful faces and see how intimate we are together. So this part I'm going to say right now is for those that see this after the fact. Okay, so if you're seeing this after the fact, this is the Patron movie night. We try to do these once a month. We don't always succeed, but we try. And we do a movie. Usually I'll throw out ideas to you guys, or sometimes I'll make the decision for you guys, okay? But I do like it if you guys like, by the way, the Patron extension, if you're not in the Patron extension, guys, get in there because that gives you like I see Chris, God, why am I blanking on his freaking name? Hold on. I always blank on his last name, but I always see Chris posting his stuff in there. Not you, Chris Snyder, but the other. Although I've seen Chris Snyder post his podcast, his Saw podcast, which is cool. But my point is, I think the Patron extension just gives you guys more power to get in there. And if you say, hey, Lee, I got an idea for the next live movie hangout. I think we should all watch this. And then everybody can jump in there and say, yes, I think that was a fantastic idea. So, wah, right? I think that'd be awesome. Okay. Guys, this is a big day because this is the first movie night with my newly installed TV that I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $40. I talked her down to $40. And it looks like a brand new TV. But it's hanging up there. I'm sure you guys have seen my pictures of it and whatnot. But this is the first commentary that I didn't have to lug my big freaking 47-inch TV in here. You know, I hung it up on the wall so it doesn't take too much room. So now I can just go. And you know what I did, guys? Oh my God, I guess another one I could have offered, but again, most of you guys probably have the Terminator on Blu-ray, right? Because I literally have like 4 copies of the first Terminator on Blu-ray. Maybe the next one, I'll definitely give away a copy of the Terminator on the next one, okay? Because I have way too many copies of that on Blu-ray. Because every time they come out, here's where they get you. Every time they come out with a new edition, they gotta seduce you with this beautiful slipcover. It's like every one of these has had such like. Hold on. I must have pulled it out, but I probably took it downstairs. Yeah, I left it downstairs, but I got some really cool slipcovers for the first Terminator. So, but yeah, Chris, you're right. Voodoo is freaking awesome. That was just what I was getting to. I opened up like the one that was sealed just so I could get to the digital copy. So that way I don't have to bring the disc up here because I don't have my Blu-ray player installed in here because then it would just be too many wires showing, you know. So, you know what? If it's cheap, like guys, I bought Scream 5 because I have the 4K, but the 4K doesn't come with the Blu-ray. So, I bought Scream 5 for $9.99. They had it on Vudu, and I was because they were having some kind of deal, I guess, because of the news of the new Scream movie. So, look for those deals too, and sometimes they'll have like 2-for-1 deals, which is nice. It's awesome. 1,300, that's awesome, Chris. I have about 200 now. And it grows quick. That didn't sound right. It grows quick. Okay, hold on. She's All Grows Up. Okay. What movie is that from? She's All Grows Up. Okay. Okay, let me go over here to Vudu. Pull up my Terminator. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for some Terminator? I got trivia. Of course I got trivia because we just went over that. I'm going to read your... so if you didn't get in the Patreon extension and post your... memories of the first Terminator, go ahead and get in there and do that because I'm going to be reading those later. Okay, I'm going to be reading those later. I want to read your stories, okay? Because this is for me, but it's for you guys too. Right? I want to read your stories, and if you want to post anything else on that, you can. You don't have to post about the Terminator. You know, I just like reading your thoughts. Okay. All right. So let me go to my library, my Vudu. Here we go. And there it is. Recent purchases. Terminator. Bam. Okay. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I know Erica's so ready. She said she's so ready. Brandon says, hell yeah. Chris Snyder says, my CP process is ready to terminate. My CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. Ready? Yep. Rosemary's ready. Awesome. Hey, hopefully Ashley doesn't miss too much, Jason. You said she doesn't get off until like 8, right? So it doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it will not stop until you are dead. Okay, let me turn on my fan. All right, here we go. I got it up on Vudu right now. I'm about to hit the play button, and after that, boom, we're off. Okay, so we'll count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Okay, there we go. Terminator. Man. The year. Guys, tell me the year that you first saw the Terminator. Tell me the year that you first saw the Terminator, if you can remember, okay? He'll find her. It's what he does. It's all he does. Beth, so sad that you couldn't stay. She says, have a good stream, everyone. I have to head to class. I'll drop by later. Okay, cool. That's cool. Beth, have you ever seen the Terminator? I think she's seen it. Okay. We're at the opening titles. Himdale presents now the Terminator. Let's see. Hold on. Jason says 1985 was when he saw it for the first time. Scott says 91. Well, 91 is when I saw Terminator 2 for the first time. I saw it in a theater, actually. Chris is laughing right now. Later, Beth. Brandon says, be right back. Checking my letterbox. Okay. Man, you look at this opening shot. I mean, you can easily tell that it's miniatures, but it's okay. You know, somehow it just works. But what's cool about this is you can really see the hard work and dedication that went into that. And I think back then, let me read this. The machines rose from the ashes of the nuclear fire. Their war to exterminate mankind had raged for decades, but the final battle would not be fought in the future. It would be fought here in our present, tonight. That's all you need. Just a little blurb, you know? Just a little blurb. Now, I call it the Rocky title opening, you know, because you have the titles like, was Rocky, it just goes this way, though. Or is it this way? Yeah. Nice opening titles, though. But what I was talking about was I am really appreciating practical effects and just noticing how much work went into those models and sets. You know, you can think back to like Star Wars '77. I mean, pretty much all the movies from the '80s and the set. But it's just like so much work. Like today, they still work their asses off. I've been on film sets before. Everybody is stressed, but I guess it's a different type of stress for some people because now you see a lot more CGI stuff like that. But you know, there's some features where you don't see as much CGI still. You know, making a film is hard work. Okay, it's hard work. Erica says this movie oozes 80s, but in a good way, like in the dark and gritty part of the 80s. You could not have said it better. And did you guys notice that, like, in the first half of the 80s feels kind of different than the second half? Like, the first half is, like Erica said, the dark and gritty portion. And the second half is where it gets kind of glitzy. And you can really look at the timeline of Friday the 13th. You know, those early Friday the 13th movies, they look grittier and darker. You know, and in the later sequels, like part 6, part 7, it's a little shinier and happier, you know? They're still killing, but yeah. Iconic scene here, guys. The freaking forklift coming down. You know, and I think this is why the Terminator, those first couple movies are the best because of the simplicity. You know, and I think some stories, they're great for what they are, but trying to expand on those stories, it's not that easy because these Terminator sequels after part 2, it's a little bit of a mess. It's a little bit of, there's some fun to be had with those other movies, but they just don't compare to the first 2. They just don't compare. Yeah, look at that. It looks cold too. Although I think that's like dry ice that he put down there. Like they might have shot this in the summer. I mean, I don't see chill bumps on Arnold. Boy, Arnold was a freaking beast back then. And this is well after he won his like Mr. Olympia and all that stuff, Mr. Universe. So this wasn't him at his biggest, you know? L.A. Have you guys ever been to L.A.? Scott Lauderdale says visual effects have always been great in James Cameron films. He takes his time and does it right. You ain't kidding. His visual effects, they seem more hands-on, if that makes sense. You know, a lot of love and care goes into his movies. And if you've looked at like behind the scenes stuff with him, like for Aliens, you know, there's that scene where he's directing he's holding one of those parasites and he's literally just like, one of the guys is pulling it with a string and it's coming at the camera and he's just like, nope, it's not gonna do it again, and he's getting on to the guy. He's like, it's not that hard, because that's just the way Cameron was. There's an interview with Schwarzenegger and he talks about working under James Cameron, and he says there's 2 James Camerons. There's the one that's making the movie, and then there's the one that's outside of that. And the one that's outside of that is a great, nice, friendly guy. But the one that's making the movie, you want to steer clear, Tuna, okay? Because he will light your ass up in a heartbeat. You know, he is dead serious, got a movie to make. I would wager that he's probably a little more mellow these days. You know, they say with age, you get a little softer. But back in his earlier years, boy, he was, I mean, hell, the cinematographer on Aliens, he was one of these old veteran type guys, and he was just like, I can't, this is what I can give you. I want this. This is how I always light my sets. And the set was just way too bright. And James Cameron said, hey, either make my set the way I want it to be, dark and ominous, or you are fired. And the guy thought he was bluffing, and he wasn't bluffing. He got fired. And this was a veteran guy that had been in the business for 30, 40 years. And James Cameron was kind of new on the scene. So Kyle Reese, just as important a character as the Terminator. I think if you fucked up Kyle Reese, then the movie, it would have suffered a bit. But Michael Biehn, he didn't overplay the guy. I think Michael Biehn approached Kyle Reese as he's this guy that's in love. That's just it. He's a war veteran, so he has all that. He's got those skills. But the reason he's going back in time is because he's in love. And you can look at the first Terminator as a love story disguised as a sci-fi movie. And you don't find that out until later in the movie when he tells Sarah, "I traveled across time for you." It's a beautiful love story. It really is. So he's willing to go back in time and never come back, and fight this Terminator that he knows will probably kill him. Because he wants to, one, save humanity, because he has to save Sarah Connor for her son to be born, but also he's in love with her. I always wonder, and you can rack your brain with this time travel stuff, but I always wonder, did he have a feeling that he was going to be John Connor's father? Because I think there's a part in here too where he talks about the father, and it's kind of a vague type of thing, John Carpenter, hold on, let me read you guys. Let me read you guys' stuff here. Okay, Scott Lauderdale says, it's Hicks. Erica says, James Cameron, I heard, was a beast when he wanted to get the shots he wanted. Nothing. And I think you have to do that as a director. I think that's why some of the best directors are oftentimes a complete dick to work for. There's exceptions maybe, like Spielberg. I hear Spielberg's, he's pretty even-tempered. But I've heard, Kurt Russell said, John Carpenter, on a John Carpenter set, you better not get out of line. He keeps a tight set, and he will get in your ass in a heartbeat. And I think that's just the way some of the best directors are. Because they will not compromise. They're almost like the Terminator. They won't stop until their vision is complete. One, either movies towards love or away from it, there is no other direction. Oh yeah, very true, Erica. Chris says, I love the story of Arnold saying he thought it would make more sense for him to say, I will be back, instead of James Cameron told him to say it how he wrote it. The man is a genius. Yeah, because he wanted to say, I will, and he goes, nope, I'll be back. And they went back and forth, and then he was like, Arnold, say it this way. And I think at that moment, Arnold was like, okay, I'm going to shut up in color now. Just say the line. Jason says, he did a crazy stunt with T2 that won't be ever done today. He filmed the part because folks said it was too risky. And I think that just entices Cameron. If it's too risky, then I definitely want to do it, because it'll make history. Brandon says, Drumdums, are you Team Reese, Sarah or Team Jack Rose? Reese Sarah all the way. That's an easy question, right? A-type folks, B and C people can't hang. Yep, that's it. Has he already gotten the shoes? Because I've been looking at you guys. But when I was young, oh, by the way, I saw Terminator on HBO, so it probably would have been 85, I think, when it first came. So, pay attention to the movie too, because some of these trivia questions, they might pass you right by. Okay. When he steals those shoes, remember the Nikes with the Velcro around the ankle? Man, everybody wanted those shoes. You know, it's kind of like the shoes in Back to the Future Part 2, you know? Got it for me, Big Buns. Now, I did my top 10 final girls, and Sarah Connor, I believe I made Sarah tie with Ripley as number 1. And the first Terminator, like, you know, she starts off as just, like, you can't imagine her going against the Terminator. At the beginning of this movie, you're comparing, like, I mean, where I'm at right now, the camera just panned up on Arnold, and you can't even imagine her going against him. It seems like impossible. So it's such a great character arc. By the way, they shot that scene where he punched the window. They didn't have a permit, and so they had to kind of go like rogue and just shoot it real quick and then get the hell out of there. And yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that window was a real window. You know? Am I though organized? I can't even balance my checkbook. Yeah, you know, all those little moments of dialogue, not just physically, but you know, just the way, you know, she can't even balance her checkbook. You know, she lives in an apartment. She's got a roommate. She's at the beginning of her adult life, and the last thing on her mind is saving the world. Whereas these days, guys, it seems like these days, when they're making these badass women stories, they at the beginning of the movie they're already badass, you know. And I just love the way they did it, handled Sarah Connor in this. Man, I love this scene. Just what you see, pal. Wrong. Boy, one thing I love about the Terminator is it is a non-stop forward moving story. You know, where you can look at the Terminator 2 as it's much bigger. It's more epic. There are it feels like two or three stories packed into one. That's just how big that movie feels. But this just feels like a one chapter story that just never stops. You know, the Terminator is, you know, both Terminator and Kyle Reese, they're both in motion throughout this whole movie. You know, he's trying to save Sarah Connor. Terminator will stop at nothing to get to her. And so there's just like, once they get to Technor and the nightclub scene, it's just like this explosion happens. They finally collide. And then the story goes, so they come together and then they run, you know, then they're on the run and the Terminator's coming after them. I always like watching these old 80s movies just that are on location in a real place like LA, just to see what LA looked like back then. There's a James Cameron, you know, cue. He always has the Terminator step on something. I even passed by the part where he punches a hole through Brian Thompson's chest. Plasma phased rifle. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Here's your first trivia question, okay? First one to answer gets it, okay? What is her middle name? The Sarah Connor that he's shooting right now, what is her middle name? And that will be for, I'll just grab off, that will be for Frighteners, okay? Frighteners, and I see the winner is Scott Lauderdale. Scott Lauderdale, you have won Frighteners, good sir. And you know what? I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. Scott Lauderdale for Fright. Let me write this down. Don't want to forget. I wish I had like a sticky note and I could just put it on the actual Blu-ray, but that's okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so okay, Frighteners, Scott Lauderdale. All right, congratulations, Scott. You are the winner of Frighteners. All right, okay. And the way this will work, guys, is just message me on. You can message me on Patreon. You can message me on Facebook, and just let me get your address, and I will send it out to you. Now we're looking at the war, and while we're doing this, you want to hear something cool? Hold on. I'm gonna play you a metal version. Let's see, where'd I put that at? Hold on. There's a metal version. Oh, here it is. So we're gonna listen to a metal version of the Terminator theme. Okay. Rosemary says, I see now why I was too scared to watch this when I was younger. That scene was intense. Yeah. He just walks right into her house, a mother, and freaking blows her away. And that's what's cool about the Terminator 2. Most direct approach. There's no messing around. You know, he's going to kill you, boom, just like that. And it lives up to that. You know, whereas that's kind of the problem that I think you run into with some of the later movies. Even maybe T2. The Terminator doesn't like stall. He doesn't like wait to torture you unless the torture is for a reason. He's torturing somebody else to get to you. But when you're in his sights, there's no second guessing. Boom, you're dead. And you know that along the way as you're watching this movie, and that just ups the danger. You know, this is a machine. There's no emotion. Okay, all right. I'm gonna show you. Let me see. Here we go. All right. Terminator theme metal cover. Are you guys ready for this? Do you guys like these metal covers? Wasn't that great? I like. There's another one I found that's for Escape from New York, and it's a metal version. Oh my god, it's so like I downloaded it and I have it on my phone for like running. It's so good. I love those metal covers of like movie themes. Are you guys like me? Like you just listen to movie soundtracks and like movie scores? That's what I mean. Do you guys like listen to movie scores just like casually, like all the time? Because I do that. I constantly listen to movie scores. You know, when I come up here in my studio, I'll throw a record on, and it usually more times than not it's a movie score because I have like two sections of records. One's for movie scores, the other one is for just regular music, general music. But I love it. I love it. Jason says I do. Rosemary says, oh yes, all the time. Chris says I do. I have a whole playlist on Spotify. Yes. I have quite a few playlists on Spotify too, actually. Erica says, all the time, I'm addicted to it. Scott Lauderdale says, the Halloween and Godfather scores are in regular rotation for me. That was my next question. What is like, give me like your top 2 movie scores that you like to listen to. Okay? Give me your top 2 that you like to listen to. Brandon says, yeah, I think I know more movie soundtracks than actual bands. Yeah, it's what it's getting for me too, Brandon. And proof's in the pudding because I have like in my collection, I think I know I have more movie scores and soundtracks than I do just regular music. You know, Swiss Army Man. You know, I'll have to listen to that. I remember watching that movie and it did have interesting music. What's a movie that's like kind of I guess more unknown that has really, really great. Well, I have the this is unknown one, but I have the It Follows soundtrack, and I listen to that one all the time. It's really good. Halloween 3 is a really fun one to listen to for sure. Rosemary says Halloween and The Exorcist. Trick or Treat score, yes sir. Now you're talking about the 2009 version, but I have the 1986 Trick or Treat by Fastway. That's a great one. Scott Lauderdale says Halloween Kills and the Vietnam War Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score for the Ken Burns. Funny you say that because Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross have their own version of the Halloween theme, which is great. I wish that was on vinyl somewhere. It's not though. It's you can get it at their YouTube page. Okay, I freaking love the detective and his boss. You know, your much needed comic relief is right here. Their banter between these two guys, you know, like how Lance Henriksen, he would start in on a story and the guy would just like tell him to shut up or he would just like ignore him. And so then we got Ginger and Matt going at it. Now, Ginger is one of the most unique freaking characters I've ever seen. To me, Ginger is very much like Tina from Halloween 5, right? But they toned her down, I guess, quite a bit. But would you guys agree with that? Ginger is the Tina of the Terminator universe. So what I'm trying to say is Tina would not have lasted in the Terminator universe. Terminator would have killed her, and she's lucky he wouldn't have got annoyed. Ashley, she made it. Good, nice to see that you made it, Ashley. Don't worry, Ashley. We have 3 more giveaways to do, so you have a good chance, all right? You have a good chance. Yeah. Ginger is totally the Tina of Terminator, yeah. By the way, Chris, that thought literally just came to me. I wish I could say I've always thought that. As soon as I saw her with her Walkman on, and she, you know, while she's having sex, she's listening and jamming out to music in her Walkman. Must not be that good. Oh, it's funny. And poor Sarah Connor. If she wouldn't have went on that date, she still would have been dead. Actually, it's probably good that she didn't go on that date because Kyle Reese would have found her anyway, I think. But yeah, maybe the date didn't matter. Well, maybe it's good that she didn't go on the date because the guy would have been dead. Okay. See, she's in the phone book right now, and that's why I told you guys pay attention because they've showed the phone book 3 times in this movie, and they always show the 3 Sarah Connors. You know. 300 years later, I'm here. Hey, better late than never, right, Ashley? Hey, who's the guy that always starts his streams late? You're looking at him. Now, guys, when she's at this payphone, just little observations. Is it kind of creepy that guy's just sitting there like staring at her the whole time? And he's just an extra, you know, but he's literally just like sitting there staring at her. Just a dirtbag guy, I guess. I like how they're setting up. You know, if this is the first time you've ever seen Terminator, you think Kyle Reese, you don't know who this guy is. You know that the Terminator's bad, you know, but Kyle Reese, he could be bad. You have no idea, you know, until that crescendo, that moment. Then you're like, okay, he's here to protect her. Man, I love this band. They have 2 songs in this. You know what? There you go. Here we go, guys. Next question. Name the band that sings "You've Got Me Burning" and "Photo Play." Right now they're playing "Photo Play," but the crescendo scene is "You've Got Me Burning." All right, and I'll tell you what it's going to be for. All right. This one will be for, we'll do "Happy Birthday to Me," okay? What is the name of the band that does "Photo Play" and "You've Got Me Burning"? All right, this could be a tough one. Lee, when you were growing up, did you go to clubs like this? No, I was afraid to go to nightclubs for some reason. It's kind of weird. I was one of those teenagers. I felt like I was afraid of everything. Looking back on it, it was kind of silly. And I think part of it is because I didn't drink, you know. And now I will say, though, when I joined the military and when I was out of high school, I started going to nightclubs. And there was this nightclub called Thirsties in Denver, Colorado. And I used to go there like pretty much every I think every Wednesday night was ladies' night. And the place was packed to the brim. So I'd go every Wednesday night, and sometimes I'd go Friday nights too with my buddies. And we had a blast. We did. We had a really, really good time. You know, that was back in 1992. Okay. Jason says he went to raves. That's cool. Scott says he went to metal bars. I've been to a few like metal. I don't know if they're bars, but I've been to a lot of like local bands. I guess they are kind of bars. Yeah. And I've seen some good metal local. Hell, one time when I was stationed in Panama City, Florida, nobody's gotten that question right yet. In Panama City, Florida, I went to this club, and it was like partitioned off into like 4 different nightclubs. And one of them had like a metal band playing. And they were playing Tool. They did a couple of Tool songs. And I was just I've been a Tool fanatic since the early 80s. Early 90s. So Ginger's about to get hers. I hung out in a late night computer club with a friend called Insomniacs as a teen. That's cool. Bum bada bum bada bum. Oh, you're doing like the nightclub music. Boom 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 boom. Yeah. I don't know. Did you guys go to nightclubs, or was that kind of not your scene? Going to nightclubs. There was a time in my life when a little window of my life where I used to go to them a lot. After I got married, I never really went to them that much anymore. But it was fun. One thing you might not know about me, I actually enjoyed dancing when I was young. I'd go to the nightclub. I liked getting out on the dance floor and dancing. It was fun, and it was a good way to meet girls, right? So, did this guy really think he would be able to take him? I know. I'm gonna bust you up, man. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go to. We're gonna have to go to another. It's what's Tawny and the Triangles? Hold on. I have it on my phone actually. So that one's not on the cards anymore. Hold on. Artists. I think it's. Yeah. Tawny Kane and the Triangles. That's the name of the band. You guys missed out. But yeah. Tawny Kane, and the triangles. Ashley says, I went to nightclubs in the early, in my early 20s. It is so not my scene anymore, though. Hey, I said something, Kane. Okay. All right. Here's the next question, okay? And let me get this. Hold on. I'm just dropping shit left and right. Okay. Let me put these right here. What the fuck? Scott, I dropped your frighteners. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway. All right. Give me one. I'll tell you what. Here we go. Here's my question. Let me see if any of you guys get this. Give me a former football player that they were considering to play the Terminator. Give me a former football player that they were considering to play the Terminator. Okay? Big scene right here, guys. Nope, it's not Terry Bradshaw. Man, I love this song. Jason gets it. It's O.J. Simpson. Believe it or not, O.J. Simpson was considered to play the Terminator. Now, just for fun, this is not for the prize. Jason, you won. Happy birthday to me. Give me. There's an actor, another actor that they considered to play the Terminator 2. Can any of you guys tell me who that is? This isn't for anything. I'm just curious to see if you guys know. And I'm going to update this. Okay. No, not Michael Biehn, but Arnold Schwarzenegger actually was, yeah. Jason got it again. Lance Henriksen. Stallone. Technically, they did have Stallone's poster in Last Action Hero as playing the Terminator, which is funny. So, Swayze dog. Yeah. Arnold was considered for Reese at first, but as soon as he sat down, he kept talking about the Terminator, and James Cameron said he kept looking him over, and he was like, "Oh my God, I wanted the Terminator to be more of an infiltrator and to be able to blend in more." And obviously, Arnold's not that guy, but he was like, "Screw it, Arnold would be an amazing Terminator because he's just a monster, So it'll change the dynamic up. He's a threat when he walks in." Man, this was a big break for Arnold too, because you guys know how tough it is for a bodybuilder to make it in acting. It's not easy. Most of them don't. That's a tough field anyway. There's these guys that all they do is bodybuild, and most of them they don't even get to compete. Because the competition's so fierce. So, but you end up looking like. I wouldn't want to be that big like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm sure it doesn't hurt, but the amount of food you have to eat to get that big, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yep, Sarah Connor is seeing the Terminator and oh my God, he is not stopping. It's a beautifully directed movie. Now, would you guys consider the Terminator a slasher, sort of like an action slasher? Arnold was supposed to do "Stop or My Mom Will Shoot," but he talked Stallone into him. And Stallone they didn't like each other back in the day just because they were so competitive and they were like the top two. It's kind of like Prince and Michael Jackson. They never really liked each other that much. It wasn't until much later that Arnold and Stallone became more friends. Yeah, Scott Lauderdale says underrated slasher, definitely. I love this part when when he grabs the cop. Which, by the way, the cop, I think he was one of the producers of the movie. And he like slams his head up against the car. Here we go. I want to read some of your Facebook posts. Hold on. Not that one. Yeah, here it is. Where the hell did you guys go? I think I. What the? Hold on. That's so freaking weird. It's like you guys like my taskbar. Oh, there it is. I think I accidentally moved the icon. Okay. I thought I was losing my mind for a sec, guys. Okay. Which attire do you prefer the Terminator in? This 80s biker look or leather jacket and T2? What do you guys think? I kind of like this attire, the 80s jacket, you know? I like the 80s look. I mean, it doesn't, I think the leather's a little bit too on the nose. I don't know. I like this look, actually. It's a little bit more functional, too, right? Erica says leather jacket, definitely. I mean, the leather jacket is badass. I like this one, but I'll give this one to T2. Chris? Okay, I'm gonna go over to your. Yeah, here it is. And here we go. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Tell me what are your memories of this movie like when you first saw it? Tim Hudson says, I was in about 7th grade and I was entranced by the commercial. A few days later, one of my friend's parents took him to see it. We were like, how was it? And he goes, it was the best movie I ever saw. I also remember the first Fangoria I ever had, issue 40, had the Terminator in it. Hey guys, there you go. That makes it a horror movie. I especially remember the picture of the arm repair part. Yeah, because remember, guys, before the first Terminator, the second Terminator came out, all we had was the first Terminator, and it definitely has a horror vibe to it. And I always wonder, like, if there was never any sequels to this movie, looking back, would more people have accepted it as horror? I think so. Erica, she says, my parents had rented the VHS. My older brother wanted to see it. My parents didn't know how graphic it would be, so they let me watch it with him. I remember most from when I was a kid, the scene when he plucked his eye out in the bathroom. Yeah, that was freaky. And the blood was dripping in the sink. Towel bright red. Yes, that's always stuck with me too, Erica. I always remembered that first. Also, remember realizing how it looked a bit silly compared to when I later saw T2. Primarily the scene when he ripped the skin off his arm. That scene, I would close my eyes until I was older. Yeah, there's some pretty gnarly. I think the first movie is more graphic than the second movie. But, yeah, there's definitely some freaky stuff in those earlier Terminator movies. Ebert, he says, I remember already being an Arnold fan so must have saw his movies out of order and being surprised he was the bad guy. So my mom telling me they filmed the opening scene where Arnold killed the thugs near us in LA by the Hollywood sign. Oh, that's cool. That's one reason why it would be cool to live in LA, just to visit all those movies. Like I visited the filming locations for the original Halloween back in 2009 when I went there. One of the best experiences I ever had. Chris Snyder says, I remember seeing it for the first time on cable and then going to the video store to rent it on VHS so I could watch it the way it was meant to be seen. Yeah, I have a couple of copies of the Terminator on VHS, actually. Ashley, she says, the first time I watched it was when it came on TV. My parents were watching it, so I watched along with them. I don't think they knew how graphic it would be. There's a couple of you guys said that. I've always been a little old soul, though. Yeah, me too, Ashley. Me too. They don't make movies like this anymore. Even they don't make Terminator movies like this anymore. I answered Matthew's question about the Chad Prosser. He's one of the newer patrons. He says, I believe my father and I watched it on TV. We watched a lot of things, but what I remember the most was T2 that came out, and I was old enough to work, so I worked all summer, and part of the summer when I got money, I went to Ames, I think was before Walmart. Yeah, I've heard of Ames. And spent my hard-earned money to buy a new VCR and T2 on VHS. I was happy, and the first time I watched, I loved it and watched it over and over, and I was hooked on T2 and had to have shirts besides. Anyways, yes, I know it's about original Terminator, but T2 I have more memories with. Guys, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the first one or the second one? I mean, they're both perfection, but if I had, I'd go for the first one, I guess. Jason Mongold says, I saw T2 first when I went back and saw part one, probably a little after, so maybe 93-ish. I was 9, and I thought it was so much different than 2. At the time, I found it a little boring and couldn't get over Arnold's outfit, laugh out loud. After a while, it grew on me, and I still love it. Yeah. Now, I've never met anybody that was bored by the first Terminator. A couple more. Jason Miller, who's that guy? He says, okay, being a kid moving from the San Bernardino area to the Los Angeles area in 94, or in 84. Jason, do you still live in Los Angeles? I wanted to see all the movies that had horror, sci-fi, or just violence back then. But problem was, when I saw the Terminator trailer, my mom said no. I was only 8. I was only 8, almost 9 by the time the movie was released. At the time, yeah, I think me and you, Jason, are pretty close to the same age because I was 11, I think, when the first one came out. Yeah, so I totally get it, but I was seeing other movies at home on VHS or Laserdisc. After we moved in our home in December, I had to only wait a few months to see it on Laserdisc. It was glorious. Yeah, that's one regret. I never had a Laserdisc player. Brandon Meacham, you get the last one. He says, I didn't watch the original until my late 20s. Like a lot of movies I should have seen then. T2 was the one that introduced me. I just watched it online and thought it was great. Awesome. Great answers, guys. I live in Winterfell in Minnesota. Laugh out. So you don't live in LA anymore. Okay. Brandon says, I watched T2 so much growing up. I watched it before seeing the first. And so I'm biased towards it. A lot of people are probably biased towards it. I love hearing all your stories. Ashley says, I wish we lived in LA, Jason. Yeah, the stories were great. You guys, I'm telling you, you guys are the entertainment for these things. Branded by Laserskin. That's where we're at, guys. I have not had a single drink. Yeah, Jesus. So the first time I saw the Terminator, I don't remember. I'm trying. Well, I think it had to be HBO. Yeah, HBO probably 85. I remember it was when it first came to HBO, and I remember there was this build up to it on HBO, and they were like, "Coming soon, the Terminator," and it was already a big hit. And I remember watching it with my family, my mom and dad, and my sister, and we were just eating it up. My dad loves action movies, and I remember he loved it to death. He would probably say he likes the first Terminator the best too. Now Terminator 2, I saw opening night in the theater, and it was so packed. It was this small little theater that we had back home in Columbus, Mississippi, and they only showed 2 movies, and they showed Terminator 2 on both screens because obviously nobody wanted it. I felt sorry for whoever's movie was next to Terminator. And so I saw it in packed theater. Like, wow, it was packed. And I sat on the floor in front of the seat where my date was sitting. That's how packed it was. So we were literally like, the screen was right there, you know, and it was still fucking awesome. But Terminator 2, man. I'm sure Jason remembers this, but there was a good wait between the first and second movie. There was a good 7 years, I think. Yeah, 7 years. And it had gone by so long that people were like, oh, maybe we're never going to get another Terminator. And plus, back then, yeah, sequels were happening, but it wasn't like today. But I remember when they announced a new Terminator was coming, and then that first teaser trailer that just got like, it looks like Arnold, like he's in like an assembly line, and the camera's just panning up on one Model T800, and it's Arnold, and he's doing like this, you know, this thing with his arm, flexing, and it says the Terminator coming soon. They probably hadn't even like finished shooting the movie. You know, they probably had just started shooting the movie. That's why, because the teaser was just, there was nothing, just Arnold. That was it. But man, when the movie came out, oh my god, like that was the movie to see. You know, it was massive, and it was great. You know, everybody was like, wow, what a movie. You know, still to this day, one of the best action movies ever made, Terminator 2. Yeah. I got another video that I was going to play for you guys too. I think we're getting close to where we'll do another trivia question here in a minute. I love these cops. Like, you know, that was kind of the cliche back in the 80s too, is the you know, the angry cop, especially the boss screaming at the deputy. He just died. Freaking Dr. Silberman? What is his name, guys? I always forget. Silberman? Something like that. And you know, he's a psychiatrist. And when you first watch this movie, everybody kind of looked at him as like the bad guy just because he didn't believe Kyle Reese. But I mean, put yourself in his shoes. This guy is literally stating, I came from the future. This thing that you were shooting at, it's a robot. It's a freaking cyborg. So you definitely, if this were in real life, you would believe him, right? Earl Bowen sucks. Dude was a great actor. Yeah. Silberman. Thank you, Erica. That's it. Yeah. Technically speaking, he's a loon. What's up, buddy? What's up? Here's that scene that Erica's talking about. All right, next, let's do the next trivia question. Um, Let me pull up my questions here. Let's see. We did that one. We could do that one. We did that one, so I'm going to delete that. Okay. Okay, here's my next question, all right? My next question. How did James Cameron come up with the idea for the Terminator? What was the inception of his idea for the Terminator? How did that happen? Okay? Now, if you've already won, don't answer. Okay? If you've already won, don't answer. But how did he come up with the Terminator? What was the inception? We'll make this one for the Pet Cemetery 2-pack. Okay? Pet Cemetery 2-pack. Man, I love how the Terminator just comes in there and just freaking slays everybody, kills all the cops. And I'm sure that maybe they were influenced by this in Halloween 5 a little bit. I almost used Ashley's phone, but I know it. What? Ghost of John Lennon. Man, he swoops right in there. He had a dream about it. He had a dream about it. You got it. That's it. He had a dream. That was it. So, Ghost of John Lennon, you have won the Pet Cemetery 2-pack. Yeah. So let me write that down. And a Ghost of John Lennon, just in case you didn't hear me earlier, just message me on like Patreon. Yeah, give me your address and then I'll send it to you. So let me update my notes here. Okay, we got one more. We'll do it a little later. All right. No problem. Scott Lauderdale says, you may say he's a dreamer, but he's not the only one. Congrats. Yeah. He was dreaming about Pet Cemetery. Wait, come here, buddy. Come on. Come on. Man, I'm in the mood for like some cheese popcorn. Rosemary says, oh my God, it's so graphic. Erica says, yep, plucking out the eye. This scene, man, it got me as a kid. Yeah, it got me too. I was like, oh my God. I didn't want to watch it. It's kind of like that scene in Poltergeist when he rips his face off. I love Lance Henriksen in this. I like when he's telling the guy the story about the Afghan. He says First he tried to fuck it, then he tried to set it on fire, and then his boss tells him to shut up. Yeah, that's got to be a psychiatrist. Like he just hit pay dirt. Like that's a gold mine. Let me see. Can I put subtitles on? Even though I've seen this movie like 8,000 times. There we go. Man, I love my voodoo. I do love voodoo. That's cool. That's what he does. That's all he does. This is it. I love this. Well, you know what's crazy too is like you would think that Kyle Reese would just lie to the cops, but no, he lays it all out. This is what's going to happen. You know, um, he's trying to warn them, and I don't know if maybe he's just naive because he's from the future, but he somehow thinks that maybe they'll believe him. You know, I didn't build the fucking thing. I mean, how scary is this, guys? The safest place to ever be would be at the police station. You would think there's no way that and this thing is so dangerous that it will go right through the cops like fucking butter. You know, you're not safe until the only way you're safe is when this thing is dead and in the ground, and it ain't easy to kill. You know. I mean, hell, you put the Terminator against Michael Myers. Terminator's gonna win. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. Right? Oh, here, famous scene right here, guys. I'll be back. The way he's talking like a robot. And he's just kind of like scoping the area. Yeah, I can run over this. He's passed out. Poor little guy. Yeah. Scott Little, was he the inspiration for Loomis and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? Uh, Now, which one are you? Michael fucking Myers is dead. Is that who you're talking about? Yep. Here he comes. I remember in Terminator 2, the trailer for that movie when they showed the picture of the Terminator going through the police station, and I just got chill bumps. For some reason, for me, I always love it when they reference the previous movie like as much as possible without killing the flow of the story, of course. But you know, continuity. I just love that stuff in sequels, especially when they reference back to the original. But talk about luck. I mean, can you imagine having a dream about this? You have a dream about one of the coolest freaking action stories ever. There's those shoes. They're so freaking awesome. I always thought Kyle Reese, he looks like he stinks. Great looking guy, but he looks like he stinks. You know, he's got those. Plus, he's got a homeless guy's pants, guys. Okay, can you imagine what a homeless guy's pants smell like on the inside? Can't be good. It's like Cameron told Linda Hamilton, this guy, you know, in the story, this guy, you're going to fall in love with him, okay? And then you guys are going to have a love scene together. And she's like, oh, really? What's he going to be wearing? A homeless guy's pants. Jesus. He looks like he smells like cat piss. He probably does. And dog shit. By the way, guys, I stepped in dog shit today. Do you ever do that? Doesn't that just like your day's going great and then you step in dog shit, you know? It's the worst. Luckily, I there was a hose nearby and I sprayed it off. But man, I hate that. Okay, Lee, who wins in a fight, Michael Myers or the Terminator? Well, there you go, Terminator. Haven't even talked about Brad Fidel's score. You know, very synthy. Um, it it definitely has some like Carpenter vibes to it. Not you know, it's different enough though. I wouldn't say maybe he was influenced by Carpenter a little bit. I don't know. Now, which haircut did you like of Arnold's the best? Did you like with the standard flowing parted hair on the side, or did you like him with the buzz cut? You know, from the fire. Is that what caused that? What? No, it wasn't a fire. What was it that caused him to get that buzz cut? Did his hair catch on fire? I think it did. Yeah, when he's like jumps on top of the car and he punches through the windshield. Yeah. Jason has it on vinyl. Very 80. Oh, he does. That's awesome. That's all. I need to get this one. I bet Beth's got it. She's got quite the vinyl collection. Or is it record collection? uh, Brandon says Christmas Bloody Christmas is getting an official Blu-ray release in March. Wow. Okay. Which Christmas Bloody Christmas is a complete homage to the first Terminator. You know? Hey, buddy. Yeah. So I think this is where he tells her, you know, that he had a picture of her and all that. Come here, buddy. I think Levi wants me to pick him up. Hold on. Why are you running from me? Are you serious? Come here. Are you really gonna hide under my chair? Oh, sorry, buddy. There we go. I'll be right back, guys. Levi's got to go potty. I'll be right back. right, guys. Now, do you guys have barbecue Fritos in your neck of the woods? They just now started finally getting barbecue Fritos here because these are a very territorial. Is that the right word? Like you can only find these like down south. I would like up north. Do they have these barbecue Fritos? I don't think they do. Why don't you guys prove me wrong? We have them, but they're hard to find. Yeah, they are really hard to find, Chris. And they haven't had them here for the last like 4 years, and then all of a sudden they just started getting them. I'm not gonna smack. I'm not gonna crunch like to the mic. You know, you would never see stuff like this today, you know, where the models are just so, like, it's so obvious a model. If a low budget movie came out like this today that used models like that and had such a great story, I think it would be like gangbusters. It would be huge. You know, because everybody loves, like, Skinamarink was made for $15,000. The movie's god awful, okay? And I think the reason that movie got so much buzz is just because of its budget. It's $15,000. Like if Skinamarink was $10 million, then nobody would care because the movie's fucking horrible. But because it's $15,000, and you know they made this movie and they actually were able to put it in theaters, which it's made like $1 million by now, I think. But there have been movies like Clerks. The first Clerks was made for $25,000. And it's, man, I love Clerks. What's some other really low budget movies, guys, that was a big hit? You want that? Boom. Yeah, Halloween was $320,000, and it was the most successful independent film of all time because it made like $47 million. And Halloween looks like a fully fleshed out 35 millimeter cameras. John Carpenter said he had $300,000 because $20,000 had to go to Donald Pleasance. And so he thought, you know what? How can I make this movie look cinematic, look massive? Cameras. I'm going to shoot it with 35 millimeter Panavision cameras. That's why the first Halloween looks amazing, you know? Because, you know, most of the actors are pretty young talent. Some of them are even friends of, you know, the cast and crew. So, you know, it truly was bare bones budget filmmaking, but somehow it ends up not only being looking like $1 million, but also being one of the most influential horror films of all time. Okay, hold on. Erica's got something. Hold on. Let me drink. Now that Terminator, that's Franco Columbo. That's a bodybuilder that trained Sylvester Stallone. Like, you know, Sylvester Stallone got ripped and shredded for Rocky 3 and on. Franco Columbo was the trainer that got him in that condition. Okay. Erica says, Lee, I know you were poking fun at Skinamarink with the abstract theme. I would have laughed if it still didn't feel off. I'm like, damn, I know why he's doing this, but now I'm creeped out a bit. Now, Erica, did you see Skinamarink? And if so, did you like it? I'm trying to remember if you saw it or not. And so, guys, I'm not like making fun. I know some people really like the movie, and there's some creepy stuff in the movie. I just think it's an hour and 40 minutes long, and there's maybe 10 minutes of creepiness. And it is creepy. I will give it that. Those 10 minutes are creepy. But it's just way too long. But some people really did appreciate it. Some people really did like it. Which is great, you know. And I like that, you know, what it stands for. You know, $15,000. I think it's great for the industry. We don't want every movie to be freaking, you know, $100 million budget. It's nice to have lower budget movies that are successful. Chris says he's hearing very mixed things. Yeah. Guys, I am the polarizing movie guy, okay? Usually I'm on the other side of things with these movies. Loved It Follows, loved Hereditary, loved The Witch. You know, a lot of those movies, more times than not, I'm totally, yes, I loved it, but I understand why people don't like it. So I thought I was going to be on the same side as with Skinamarink. When I went into it, I was like, I bet this is going to be good, you know? And I'll probably like it because as long as it's a forward-moving story with maybe some decent performances, or, you know, just because the trailer hooked me. It looked like a creepy, hey, Beth. It just looked like a really creepy setting. And I love that stuff. I love low-budget, almost grindhouse feel, creepy type stuff. And when I went into it, I thought, okay, it's probably going to be a slow burn. And I'd say 20 minutes into the movie, I came to the realization that this movie's going to be like this for the entire hour and 40 minutes. And it was excruciating. I don't like to be bored in movies, you know? And I like slow burns. I can get into slow burns, but whoa, this movie was, there was no forward-moving plot, you know? It was basically a child's nightmare. That's what the movie is. It's a child's nightmare, and you barely see the kids. You see like the bottom of their feet. You see the corners. You see the doors disappear and then come back in. I mean, and I was just like, what the hell is this? It felt like an acid trip. That's what it felt like. Okay, that's the best way to put it. Beth, have you had a good night? Since we're doing Terminator, Beth, don't you have because Beth does all these great mashups, and I like playing videos in these things. Beth, don't you have like a Terminator mashup that we can watch? Beth does have the best mashups. You know, through the years, she's shared so many great ones. I remember the one she did for Nightmare on Elm Street. She did one that was like famous love scenes, which that's always fun. She's done one for like Halloween. I think a lot of the even Friday the 13th. She's just got a ton of great masks. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let's see. Let me see what happens when I click that. Oh, that's weird. It plays it right in the chat. Hold on.
In a few hours that we had together, we left a lifetime's worth.
Oh,
John Connor gave me a picture of you once. You seem just.
Let me see if I can. I clicked it and I should have just
copied
it.
I always wonder what you were thinking at that moment. I came across time for you, Sarah. I love you. I always have.
Well, we can hear it. Hold on, I'm gonna fix this. Hold on.
I know just how to whisper, and I know just how to cry. I know just where to find the answers, and I know just how to lie.
It really.
I know just how to fake it, and I know just how to scheme. I know just when to face the truth, and then I know just when to dream. And I know just where to touch you, and I know just what to prove. I know when to pull you closer, and I know when to let you loose. And I know the night is fading, and I know the time's gonna fly. And I'm never gonna tell you everything I gotta tell you, but I know I gotta give it a try. And I know the roads to riches, and I know the ways to fame. I know all the rules, and then I know how to break them, and I always know the name of the game. But I don't know how to leave you, and I'll never let you fall. Out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Let me go back over here to make sure I'm on. Okay, and you can hear me? You can hear me? Say you can hear me. I'm so sorry, guys. Jesus. Okay, good. You can hear me. We're back in action. Sweet. Okay, now I want to play this thing for you guys. Okay, hold on. All right, so here we go. Let me go there. That's weird. It didn't play it. Hold on. I'm not going to screw it up again. Okay, hold on. Beth, for some reason, that link, it's not working. That's very weird. When I click on it, that's very strange. Let me see. If I try it here, actually. That's so weird. It's not working. Damn it, Beth. I'm so sorry. I feel like such a goober. This chase scene is freaking awesome. You're right, Erica. We missed the love scene too, didn't we, guys? Beth, can you post it one more time? Because I clicked on it and it didn't work. It said, oops, no content or something. Maybe try it on your end first to see if it works, and then post the link here. Well, I didn't miss it. This is a great freaking chase, too. By the way, guys, that love scene, that is one of the best love scenes, I think, in cinema history. Am I right? I don't want to get awkward on you, but it is. It's a great freaking love scene. That might have been one of the first, like, love scenes with nudity I ever saw when I was a kid. And I was pretty smitten with Linda Hamilton, if I'm being honest. I love this. The Terminator he looks like he has been rode hard and put away wet. Who's that? Oh, hold on, guys. Like the highway scene in Genesis does have some cool stuff in it, and I do like that they tried to recreate that that intro to the first Terminator. The time travel gets a little wonky. Worst trailer I've ever seen in my life. Like giving away that John Connor is a Terminator. Like I could not believe they did that. Like when a movie gives you a trailer that gives away everything, that means they're desperate. That's what that means. That means there's no buzz about the movie. Nobody's freaking out and saying, I have to see this. And so that's like their last ditch effort. Let's give them like everything in the kitchen sink just to try to get them in the door. You know? Welcome back, Jason. Oh, is that Dark Fate? Yeah, you're right. That is Dark Fate. Good call, Chris. Now, Dark Fate's not bad. Wait. Yeah, maybe. I thought Genesis had that. Okay, let me try. Hold on. Here we go. Let me try this one. And I'm not going to click on it in here. Let me click on it over here. Okay. Let's try that. That's so freaking weird. That's so freaking weird. It's not. Let me try to go within the chat in here and see if I can pull it up. Yeah, it says, "Oops, something went wrong, Beth." I don't get it. It's so weird that it won't play. Are you sure it's not private instead of unlisted? Very strange. Very strange. Sorry, Beth. Damn it. I feel horrible. It's public? Well, let me try to go over. Let me see. Hold on. It's public? Hold on. I'm going to figure this out. Oh my God, I just found it. Hold on.
In a few.
Okay, here we go. I found it. How in the hell did that happen? That's so weird. Okay, so then let me pull it over here. News and go down here. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom.
Few hours
Here
that
we
we
go,
had together. We left a lifetime's worth.
John Connor gave me a picture of you once. You seemed just a little sad.
We got it. Here we go. Here we
I
go.
always wonder what you were thinking at that moment. I came across time for you, Sarah. I love you. I always have.
That's beautiful.
I know just how to whisper,
It fits nicely.
and I know just how to cry. I know just where to find the answers, and I know just how to lie. I know just how to fake it, and I know just how to scheme. I know just when to face the truth, and then I know just when to dream. And I know just where to touch you, and I know just what to prove. I know when to pull you closer, and I know when to let you loose. And I know the night is fading, and I know the time's gonna fly. And I'm never gonna tell you everything I gotta tell you, but I know I gotta give it a try. And I know the roads to riches, and I know the ways to fame. I know all the rules, and then I know how to break them, and I always know the name of the game. But I don't know how to leave you, and I'll never let you fall. And I don't know how you do it, making love out of nothing at all. 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 Every time I see you on the rays of the sun, I'm streaming through the waves in your head. And every star in the sky is taking aim at your eyes like a spotlight. The beating of my heart is a drum, and it's lost, and it's looking for a rhythm like you. You can take the darkness from the pit of the night and turn it to a beacon burning endlessly bright. I gotta follow it, 'cause everything I know, well, it's nothing till I give it to you. I can make you run or stumble, I can make the final block, and I can make every tackle at the sound of the whistle. I can make all the stadiums rock. I can make tonight forever, or I can make it disappear by the dawn. And I can make you every promise that has ever been made, and I can make all your demons be gone. But I'm never gonna make it without you. Do you really wanna see me crawl? And I'm never gonna make it like you do, making love out of nothing at all.
That was so freaking good. I loved that. Very nice, Beth. That was worth me constantly fucking up. That was so freaking good. Wow, that was really good. I'm speechless.
Yes, we'll keep on trying.
Beth loves Queen. Oh god, that was so good. Okay. Yep. Very nice, Beth. Okay. Yeah, we're at the end now. Kyle is he died. Poor guy. He died. It is love. It is a love story. It really is. You know, it's one of the best love stories. I mean, and what this guy did for her, you're not going to see this on these new Netflix movies, guys, okay? He went through time. He went through time to get to her, to save her. You know? It's beautiful. I always say the first Terminator is a love story. The first Rocky is a love story. You know? Disguised as a boxing movie. It's one of the most beautiful love stories ever made. And you know why the first Rocky is such a love story? Because he is happier. He's the happiest person on the planet at the end of that movie, and he lost the fight. And you know why he's so happy? Because Adrian. That's why. You know? Do we got one more giveaway? Yeah, we got the Escape from New York Steelbook. Okay, guys, Escape from New York Steelbook. This is it. This is it. Let's give you the last question here. Yeah, I think it's this one. Is it that one? Yeah, okay. Last question. What is Sarah's last line to the Terminator? What is Sarah's last line to the Terminator? She's going to be saying it here pretty soon, so tell me, what is her last line? Yes, of course I've seen the original Fly. It's classic. Beth wins the Escape from New York Steelbook. You got it. You're terminated fucker. That's it. So let me write her name down. That was awesome. That was awesome. Nice job, Beth. Nice job. You can, yeah, if you want to pick somebody to give it to, you can do that. Yeah. No problem at all. Okay. And the press is crushing the Terminator as we speak. So yeah, that's your steelbook to do with what you want. Yeah. Who hasn't won yet? I'll leave that up to you guys. I know Chris didn't win. Rosemary didn't win. Did Erica win? Let me see. Hold on. I don't think Erica won either. Let's see. The winners are, I got Jason. I got Ghost of John Lennon. And I got Scott Lauderdale. Those are the three winners. Okay, so everybody else did not win. So, yep. Jason loves hydraulic presses. I worked around a lot of hydraulic presses. Yep, we are at the last scene in the movie where she takes the picture and it all comes full circle. So cool. Damn, this was so much fun, guys. We're glad you're here, Erica. I love hanging out with you guys. And my goal is I want to do these at least once a month from now on. Okay? Because I have so much fun hanging with you guys. So Erica, you get the steelbook. So let me change it. So I don't forget. There we go. There we go. So yeah, guys, just shoot me a message on Patreon or wherever, and just give me your address, and I will send you your prizes that you guys want. That's awesome. Congratulations, everyone. Okay. So Rosemary, was this your first time seeing Terminator? It's so good. What a classic. 2023 is the year for me to pay it forward. You're welcome. Pay it forward makes you feel good. Well, I just saw Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was doing an interview with Joe Rogan. And the song "Give It Away" is literally about that. He was friends with this girl, and she said she gave him her jacket. She was like, "You want to feel good," because he was like at a depressed time in his life, and she said, "You want to feel good? Then give it away." And he's like, "What? What are you talking?" He's like, "Give something away, something that's big. Give it away." And she's like, "Matter of fact, here, take my jacket." And she gave him her jacket. You know, and he wrote the song "Give It Away" now. So in a way, he kind of paid it forward by writing this song that brought so many people happiness. Isn't that so cool? So yeah. He says there's a storm coming. One of my other questions was, what was the date? And this will be just for fun. Can you guys tell me what was the date of Judgment Day? What is the date of Judgment Day? I need to get this soundtrack. I need to get Brad Fidel's soundtrack. That's it. Terminator. We did it. August 29th, 1997. See, there you go, Erica. You earned your steelbook. You're good. Okay? Oh, geez. July 3rd, 1991. No, 96 would be Independence Day, right? So there you go. Guys, this was a fun freaking stream. I had such a great time hanging out with you guys, watching the first Terminator. Get in that freaking Patreon extension, and if one day you're walking down the street and you're like, you know what, we need to do this for the Patreon, then by all means, freaking type it up. Hey guys, what do you think about, let's do this movie for the next, could be something brand new. Doesn't even have to be horror. It could be anything, you know. I'm all for, you know, letting you guys take the wheel and figure it out, okay? Yeah, I hate that our time together is so short. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I had such a good time with you guys, though. It was a lot of fun, and I like that it's just us, intimate. I'd like to get more of my page. I have 130 something patrons, and for some, it's hard to get 10. And I know everybody's got schedules. It's tough to get, you know. But I don't. Maybe I need to promote these better. You know, maybe the word's not getting out enough. But not that I mind. I just like to make sure everybody has the opportunity to join in. So, yeah, definitely. We should definitely watch another comedy soon. That sounds really fun. I love watching comedies. You know, maybe Better Off Dead or something like that. But anyway, guys, that's gonna close it down. Until the next time, I'm looking forward to it. Scream, I tell you, the channel's been doing really good lately. Scream. Anytime there's something big like Scream comes along, I pounce on it, you know, and I try to pump out as many videos as I can. And just thank you guys. Thank you guys for constantly supporting what I do and constantly giving me great ideas. And yeah, I love you guys to death. So take care of each other. All right. Take care of each other. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful Friday night. Okay. But love you guys to death. Love my patrons.